What's going on, guys? Biggs with Custom Offsets. Today we have another episode of Employees Rides. Today we got a pretty good lineup. To start it out, we have Jordan from Anthem Off-Road. He's kind of the big dude at Anthem, and he's going to run over the Power Wagon that they just built. And this thing is pretty epic.
Absolutely. Let's get into it.
All right, Jordan, take us through what you guys did to this dope Power Wagon.
All right, sweet. So when we picked it up, 2020 Power Wagon, pretty much completely bone stock, obviously. First thing we did, got it wrapped. It came in gloss black. We threw this satin, basically top coat on top of it. Basically just completely set the look of it apart, really. Threw some extra vinyl decals on there with all the sponsors, everyone we worked with. And then we went into actually building it. So number one thing, obviously we threw on there wheel and tire package. Went with 20 by 10 bronze Rogues from Anthem, of course. Wrapped them in Yokohama Geolander 37 12.5s. That came out very well in my opinion. Threw some Bushwhacker fender flares above them just to try to, you know, prevent a little bit of this. You can see how well that's going for us. Yeah, not super well. Went with Weston Automotive HDX side steps. Let's see here, front and back.
Got a lot of
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, we did quite a bit. Front and back went with road armor, front and rear bumpers on it. Obviously the Power Wagon came with that Warn winch in it already, so found a way to mount that winch. Went with Morimoto headlights, black label lighting, pocket lights inside of the bumper. And then up top went with the KC Highlights M-Rack, so we could get you know some extra light on this thing for getting it off road and everything. And we've been unbelievably happy with that rack. I mean, it came out so clean, and obviously
insanely bright.
Yeah, just changed the whole look up of this whole thing. Like I said, front and rear we have road armor. Road armor is also on the bed rack, so just got this installed maybe 6 days ago. Banker threw on the road armor bed rack, so getting ready to fill that up with accessories. You have accessories, drop them below, who we should work with.
Right.
Really looking forward to seeing what comes of that. Traction boards, hijacks, anybody's worked with, tag them below. We'd gladly like to try to figure out a way to load this up with some good accessories as well, obviously.
Yeah, I think that would pull this whole truck together a lot. The rack's pretty dope, but once you start throwing some, you know, shovels or gas cans or whatever it might be,
yeah,
it definitely looks freaking sick.
Yeah,
so.
Under the hood as well too, then we went with Banks Performance for the intake tune. Went with MBRP for the exhaust, went with the catback exhaust style on it. Yeah, let's see, who else am I missing? Icon suspension then as well, obviously. So you can cruise back up front here. Went with a 3.5-inch kit, so we took out the stock 2.5 that comes with the wagon, threw in a 3.5-inch Icon just again for a little more performance, a little more clearance, but mainly the performance aspect of it. Just wanted to be able to, you know, kind of send it a little bit, right, and have something that can take that on. Yeah,
you guys haven't had this for very long, so I'm really looking forward to some of the adventures you guys are going to go on with this, because it can pretty much get through anything, I'd assume. These tires are freaking beefy. Just the whole entire suspension and everything is, I want to see this thing get jumped a couple times maybe, or send it off a cliff, and hopefully, yeah, whatever Anthem does, because that's so cool. I like to just hop in my truck, cruise it at about 40 miles an hour down the highway, and we're good to go, but they like to have a little more fun than I do, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, the build came out clean. Really, it went, sourcing some stuff in was a little bit tricky, but as far as putting it on and getting this thing built out, really pretty flawless, and cruised through it pretty effortlessly.
Heck yeah. So do you guys have any future plans for this truck, or are you, other than I know that you mentioned kind of the rack stuff?
Yeah, trying to get that rack filled out is definitely going to be a #1 mission. We're going to get a fifth wheel spare combo in, either throwing that up top, or we have a mount in the back, so getting a fifth wheel combo mounted up in the back of it. Yeah, and then really from there, just kind of seeing where it takes us. Year by year, we're looking forward to kind of trying some new packages on it and everything, swapping out wheels, tires, and really being able to see what truly withstands a beating. I mean, like I said, so far the Yokohama Geolanders have been super good to us. We went to Missouri and Michigan. I mean, we've got back-to-back like 16-hour round trips on them, and quiet, nice, smooth. I mean, really, they've held up really well. So now, next step, jumping it. We'll see how Geolanders do with jumping.
I think you'll get up to speed just fine with these boys. Let's just see how. Let's hope they don't go pop ski.
Yeah, they do well for us. But really, that's it. Filling this bad boy up with accessories so that we can really get after it and, you know, go live out of this thing.
Yeah, go bury it and dig it out or something.
Yeah,
cool
you're damn right.
All right, thank you for running us through this Power Wagon, Jordan. We're gonna head on over to the next truck, see what they got going on. All right, next up we got Jacob. Jacob, what do you do here?
I am a vendor relations specialist.
Can you tell us what that means? Because I don't know what that means.
Basically, I talk to our vendors, the main guy that communicates with, I guess, half of them. And that's really about it. Talk marketing, get them to spend some marketing dollars.
Say, hey, we want to promote your product. We'll help you promote your product.
Yeah,
Like
that's about it. That's about it.
All right, we are gonna go over Jacob's 4Runner. Yeah, here we are. We're gonna go through it. All right, take us through this beast of a machine. I actually like this a lot.
Yeah, well, thank you. Not a whole lot done to it. Basically, we have rough country 2-inch risers. We went with the Falcon Off-Road T2s with a -12 offset. They're 17x9s. And then got the new Mickey Thompson Baja Boss ATs. Get that rugged edge on it. Super quiet on the highway, which is nice. These guys are 295 70Rs, 17s, so I don't know, I love them.
yeah, you don't, I mean, you got this dope graphic here that you put on the other day, right, I think?
Yeah.
I think it like really adds a lot of character to this thing.
Subtle and sweet, I guess. I always dig the old school Toyota racing, so I was gonna put it down the door and then I kind of pushed it back to make it a little more subtle and threw on some old Toyota block lettering. So kind of a nice little touch, I suppose.
Yeah, this thing's dope. So do you have like any future plans for it, or do you have some more stuff in the works? Or are you gonna kind of just leave it how she sits?
The typical overlanding stuff. Probably do front bumper. We did a stage, I believe it's a stage 2 cut, so a little more clearance for the tires, less rubbing. I'd probably do a front bumper and then roof rack and then hit some trails.
Big trail. You're gonna go with the Anthem fam and go bury this thing.
Yeah.
You gonna bury it?
Depends if I'm invited.
You gonna get like a snorkel kit for it, maybe?
I kind of want to.
That would be really dope. What else can we do to this thing? We gonna tint the windows like really dark black where you can't see out of them?
Everything but the front window. I know that's a fad here right now, and I don't know about that.
I did 30% on it. It looks cool. I don't advise it, but I'm gonna do it again because it's cool. What else can we do to this thing? Maybe some, I don't know. I say just lift it.
Just lift it?
Yeah, because, you know, I like lifted trucks. Maybe just make it ginormous.
I like it, but...
One of the coolest things about 4Runners that I love is that back window rolls down. I think that is the coolest thing ever. I don't know why. I know a few other truck, no, mostly just Toyotas, I think. I know the Tundra does it. But that back window that rolls down is super cool. So this is gonna be a tough one because I know that you really like this thing, but if you could trade this or sell this thing off and get something different, what would you get? Or would you get something different? Or are you like, is this thing like near and dear to your heart or you just couldn't get rid of it?
I just don't know what else I would get. Maybe, no. I mean, because I was looking at Sequoias, but I mean, why? When I looked at this thing, the only thing I was worried about was room, and they're super spacious inside.
Yeah, these things are.
So.
They're just cool looking too. I like most of the generations. I feel like they've progressively gotten better, even though the first ones were cool looking too. So, I don't know. This thing's pretty dope. You want to sell it? I'll buy it.
Yeah. I don't know.
My daily? This is an expensive daily, but it'd be dope. I'd have to probably sell my truck and maybe my apartment, but it'd be all right. All right, so that kind of wraps up Jake's 4Runner. This is pretty dope. I think the future build plans are gonna be pretty sick. Can't wait to see that. But the next one you guys are gonna have to wait for. You guys are gonna be surprised. It's probably the nicest truck sitting on this parking lot. Hands down, a lot of money, a lot of effort, blood, maybe some sweat, and not many tears because it's, you know, kind of a box. Anyway, stay tuned. This next truck's gonna be dope. Come on. All right, next up we have, oh wait, we don't have anyone else. I guess I have to go. Hey, check out my 2014 F-150. All right, guys, you guys have seen this truck quite a few times now. This is my 2014 F-150 EcoBoost. We're sitting on a 6-inch rough country lift with the lift strut replacement. And then I did, unfortunately, stack a leveling kit on top. I totally regret doing that, but you know, here we are. I paired that up with some old 35 amp MTs, which I do have a set of tires ready to go on, and I'm gonna be swapping these out very soon. And I wrapped those around the Archon Mandelas in a 2414 in the satin black. So in the front, we'll work front to back. I did again. So in the front, I have some Amazon special fog lights. And then I did a mesh style grill. I believe it's a Spec D tuning. I get asked a lot on IG where I got my grill. I believe that's where it's from. It's really a hand-me-down from the shop. So yeah, we have that. Did a little antenna, a little stubby antenna. I got tow mirrors ready to go on. Just haven't put them on because if you can't tell, I don't get in that big of a hurry until I need my truck for Daytona, and then it doesn't even make it. Anyway, besides the point, in the back I have the V2 shocks, a 4-inch MBRP exhaust, cat back I believe, all the way back. It has a muffler that I'm about to delete, I think. I have a third brake light, just a blacked out one from Amazon. Most of the things I get are budget friendly because I'm cheap and don't like to spend money. Anyway, next up in the back, we got the old Gen Y. This is a freaking beast. I pulled my boat for the first time the other day. Ran like a dream. Highly recommend Gen Y. They're a great company, doing great stuff for the drop hitch community because there's a lot of you big tow boys out there. For lighting, I have an 8-piece Black Label RGBW kit. Then I have a 4-piece FCK light bars, wheel rings, and I also have a 4-piece Op7 underglow kit. I didn't do rock lights all the way around because I found the tubes were a little more easy to install than a bunch of rock lights, so I went that route. Maybe not the best idea, but who cares? So for interior mods, I don't have a lot of interior mods, but one of the things that I've done myself, took 2 days in my apartment living room. I poked about 550 holes in my headliner and did a Starlight headliner, which is pretty sick. Lights up crazy at night. I thoroughly enjoy it. And then pretty much the last thing I have going on is window tint. The cool thing about the Starlight headliner is it actually shines through my window tint, even though they're tinted decently dark. They're 20% all the way around. But at night you can still see the stars when you drive by, which is super cool. I like to show that off because there's a lot of hard work and it looks dope. All right, that's all we have for you on this episode of Employees Rides. If you guys enjoy this content, don't forget to subscribe and, you know, smash that like button, share it to a friend that wants to see what we roll around in every day. If you guys are looking forward to starting your build and you guys need some wheels, tires, suspension, or performance parts, head on over to Custom Offsets, check some stuff out. See you guys.